Welcome to the Power of Peace's 7th annual event. We'd like to begin by first thanking everyone for spending your valuable time and efforts here to help us. Tonight, we are very pleased to invite many performers, speakers, and chief guests, and we hope you all have a wonderful night. Performances will include the Laya Vinyasa School of Dance and Carnatic Vocal Classical performances. Throughout the evening, we will update you about our community outreach. So let's begin the Power of Peace Group's 7th annual event, For the Kids, by the Kids. We will begin our program with a Ganesh Pradhana that will be sung by members of the Power of Peace Group. The members of the pop group are Arvind Bamadipati, Shivani Aravapalli, Aishani Nagamalla, Akhil Manasani, Shrikar Patti, Abhinav Bachu, Ankit Nagabandi, Akshita Nair, Arun Govindaram, Arvind Tirumala, Jyotirmayi Mavalapalli, Neha Jonakota, Gautam Paramati, Vincent Kuchipudi, Hasani Gunda, Preetham Gandra, Ritvika Kumbum, Naveen Bangalore, and Akshaj Naranpalli.
Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Maya Vallabhapate Srite Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Maya Vallabhapate Srite Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Maya Vallabhapate Srite Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam Mahanata Narayani Nandana Manita Deva Devaki Nandana Mahanata Narayani Nandana Manita Deva Devaki Nandana Maheshwara Guru Abhakta Chandana Matanga Vadane Dradi Vandana Maheshwara Guru Abhakta Chandana Matanga Vadane Dradi Vandana Magari Pamagari Magari Sari Dasari Pamagari Sari Gasari Abamagari Mapada Mapamada Pada Sada Pamagasari Pamapada Pamapada Pada Sadari Sada Sapada Sada Pamagasa Mapada Rasa Dasari Gasari Magari Sada Pada Sari Magari Sada Pada Pamagari Sari Mahaganapate Palaya Sumamaya Maya Vallabhapate Srite Mahaganapate Palaya Sumam.
To begin our event, I would first like to talk about who the Power of Peace Group is and what we have done over this past year. My name is Rishal Yarabelli, and I'm a junior attending Conard High School. I would first like to go over our mission. The Power of Peace Group's mission is to promote peace throughout the world through community service while also inspiring children across the globe. We do this through 3 main goals that all help underprivileged children across the world. Our first main goal is to eradicate hunger. Our second main goal is to provide better living conditions for children. And our last main goal is enabling children to succeed in the future. In 2017, the Power of Peace Group registered as a nonprofit organization. The Power of Peace group was first founded in 2013 with 6 students with a desire to help underprivileged children. Inspired by our outreach throughout the community, our group has grown to more than 28 students ranging from middle school, high school, and alumni. In 2018 and 2019, we had 5 main beneficiaries. The first one is the Atma Vidya Ashram in Bangalore, India. This ashram adopts orphan children by providing them an education and also help improve their living conditions and also allows them to succeed in the future. We also help supported the Connecticut Children's Medical Center, CCMC, by giving them a donation that allows for the hospital to continue to serve their kids. We also donated to the food pantries of Southington, Glastonbury, and South Windsor. We donated non-perishable food items to help the people around our community. We also donated to the Hole in the Ball Gang Camp, which is a recreational center for terminally ill children who can have a camp-like experience in which they otherwise couldn't have had. And lastly, we donated for the Hymn for Seva in Hartford, Connecticut. This organization looks to give access for education and healthcare for children in rural areas of India. Throughout our program, we'll be continuing to expand upon many of these beneficiaries in more detail. Thank you. Thank you all for listening to the first part of our presentation. Now let's move on to the cultural activity of today's event. To begin with, we have a classical dance performance by the Laya Vinyasa School of Dance. I would like to welcome onto the stage Mrs. Sarada Norigaru, Aditi Talapaka, and Mrs. Vani Sundar. They will perform a dance piece called Prakriti, which is a thematic production that fuses handcrafted puppets with Kuchipudi dance. Please welcome them onto the stage.
Thank you, Laya Vinyasa School of Dance, for that amazing performance. Our next performance is a Carnatic song by the Nush. The Nush Sai Akhil Kotam Raju is a senior at South Windsor High School. At the high school, the Nush is the president of the Model UN and FBLA Club. He's been learning Carnatic music for over 11 years. His guru is Sri Laharinath Garu from Hyderabad, India. In 2017, the Nush gave a solo concert at Tyagaraja Gana Sabha in Hyderabad. Today he will be performing the Tyagaraja Kirtana, Naga Momu Kanaveni in Abari Ragam, Adi Tavam. Now I would like to call into the stage the Nush to sing the Carnatic song.
Nagumomu kanaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu kanaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nanu brovarada Sri Raghuharani. Nanu brovarada Sri Raghuharani. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nanu brovarada Sri Raghuharani. Nagumomu ganaleni najali telisi. Nagumomu ganaleni najali.
Now I would like to call onto the stage Mr. V.K. Swami, who is from the Abha and Vidya Ashram, to say a few words about how the Prop Group has supported the ashram in the past few years. V.K. Swami has been associated with the ashram for a very long time, about 12 to 15 years. He's a big support to the ashram and has been working with the Mataji for the past 12 to 15 years.
To speak about the Prop Group. And the motto, if you read, it is so appropriate. For the kids, by the kids. That's exactly how it should be. And in fact, we have to thank the parents who are inculcating this noble idea in the children, in their children, of helping the poor and the needy. These kids here, the children in this country, are born with a silver spoon. By God's grace, they have a little more than their basic needs. Whereas we find all over the world, children without even the basic needs. To help them is definitely a very noble quality. Please keep up that. Now coming to Atma Vidya Ashram. Atma Vidya Ashram was started by Swami Lalatananda around 2002. Before that, while she was in India, Swami Shivananda's disciple, started an orphanage in Bangalore. And he invited Swami Vivekananda to come and help him. Swami Omananda started this orphanage in 1996 on a 5-acre donated land in Bangalore. And it has grown. As of now, it has about 56 orphan children. These children come from either parentless family, nobody to take care of, or from ordinary workers who come to Bangalore to work in the construction work, etc. They don't have even a place to stay. They come and leave their children in the ashram. So, these children are taken care of, provided food, clothing, housing, and education. These children get up early in the morning at 6 o'clock, have their prayers, breakfast, go to school, government schools, public schools, and study well. Come in the evening, from 5 to 6, they have their bhajans and Sanskrit shlokas, and have dinner together, sitting on the ground, on food on the leaves. They lead a very ordinary life. There are a lot of needs. Your help is going to make them earn a basic living in a decent way to support their family and continue their life. So it is a very noble thing you are doing. Please continue the work. God bless you.
Thank you, Uncle, for that amazing speech. We would like to present you with a plaque.
Thank you, Swami Uncle, for those wonderful words. Now I'd like to continue to expand about how the Power of Peace Group has supported the Atma Vidya Ashram. With the generous donations we received throughout 2018, we were able to give support to Atma Vidya Ashram with $14,000 towards their projects. The Power of Peace Group has supported the Atma Vidya Ashram since its founding in 2013 and has given a total contribution of $75,000. This has funded a computer education program for 26 students over the past 2 years. It's also funded basic schooling for approximately 70 students in the ashram over the past 7 years. This money has also allowed for the ashram to install new solar panels and a new water tank. I would now like to play a video about the ashram.
I was lucky 6 years in the States. I wanted to come back to India and do something to educate orphan children. Then Swamiji came to me and he said, when I wanted to do that, I want to adopt this place, the Vidashram. So that is how I joined this Vidashram. But before that, I already established our own jobs and charging. We have about 65 or 70 children are there. They come from different villages, different places. Some of them have parents, some of them have one parent. And sometimes the father is very abusive and mother wanted to look at the children from the father's and grandparents. She takes care and gives them here.
They try to give them the best they can. It's a great cause. And we have, if we can involve everybody to educate them on come here and our connections and or even the parents in the US can be volunteer to bring the kids so that each child can know that what is the
పిల్లలతో మీరు ఆటలాడారు వాళ్ళతో ఆటలాడారు వాళ్ళకి భోజనం పెట్టారు వాళ్ళతో భోజనం చేసి వాళ్ళతో ఇంగ్లీష్ మీరు ఏమవుతుంది ఆ ఆర్ట్ ఇంగ్లీష్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద సర్వీస్ సర్వీస్ అనేది అందరికీ రాదు సర్వీస్ ఎవరు చేస్తారు అంటే సేవ అనేది అందరికీ దొరుకుతుంది ఆ సేవ చేసినోడికే సేవ యొక్క టేస్ట్ తెలుసు మీరు కూడా ఆశ్రమంకి ఒకసారి రండి పిల్లలతో ఆడండి పిల్లల్ని చూడండి మీ చేయ ఎంత అవుతుందో అంతవరకు దాన ధర్మాలు చేయండి
This is my request to people who can support this cause. Definitely you should please, I have asked them, please come and help us. Strength of hands. This place need a lot of help, financial help, physical help also. Somebody can come and teach the children. I really very happy people come and forward and help this.
Thank you for watching that. Every year, the Power of Peace Group commits to adopting at least 10 kids through a $1 per day program or $365 per year per kid program. This money supports the child's education, boarding, and food expenses. With your gracious donations, we can help support more children. The following images are current renovations currently happening at the Atma Vidya Ashram, funded by the Power of Peace Group. With your gracious donations and support, we've allowed for this ashram to continue to improve and continue to provide better living conditions for children, along with education. We thank you, on behalf of the Power of Peace Group, I thank you for that. Now I'd like to call on the summer event team to talk about what they have done this past year. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akshita Nair, and I'm a junior currently attending Hall High School, and I was part of the summer event team this year. This year, our group decided to have a more outdoor and activity-based day rather than a talent show similar to previous years. Through this, our main goal was to attract more awareness for our group, and with the support of these families and many more, we hope to expand our group and grow and help our cause. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Maya Mavalapalli and I'm a sophomore attending South Windsor High School. This year, like Akshita mentioned, our group decided to hold a family-friendly picnic at Elizabeth Park in West Hartford for both parents and kids to enjoy activities outside. Activities included Minute to Win It, flag football, board games, musical chairs, and much more. Many families joined us to support our cause, and we spent the evening playing games and collected donations from many generous donors.
Hello everyone, my name is Naveen Bangor and I'm a sophomore attending Weathersfield High School. As a result of the summer event, we were able to spread awareness about our group and we were able to raise $638.
Hello everyone, my name is Vincent Kuchibudi and I'm a sophomore currently attending South Windsor High School. After the event, we talked to the families who liked our format of having an outdoor summer event and our activities. Therefore, throughout the event, we were able to receive numerous donations to help support our cause. In the future, we would like to conduct more similar successful summer events like our past one.
Hello, my name is Akshay Chanandpalli. I'm a 7th grader attending Timothy Edwards Middle School in South Windsor, Connecticut. The summer picnic went really well thanks to how our group handled it. Once again, I want to thank everyone for coming, both in regards for the winter event and the summer event. Your donations and support are greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, summer event team, for that presentation. The next program we have for you is a Carnatic classical vocal performance performed by Ramesh and accompanied by Sri Vijay Srinivasachari on mridangam and Nandini Vishwanath on violin. Sri Vijay Srinivasachari started learning mridangam under the tutelage of Sri Thilastanam Suryanarayanan in Chennai, India. His style is of the Kumbakonam Rajappa Iyer school of mridangam. He learned initially for about 7 years, from which he took a hiatus of 13 years. He's currently pursuing advanced lessons from Sri Suryanarayanan and Sri K.R. Krishna, son of Sri Rajappa Iyer. Nandini Vishwanath hails from a musically gifted family. At a very young age, she's an already accomplished musician, having completed a Carnatic vocal arrangetram in 2011 and a violin arrangetram in 2013. Her father, Bhuvnar R. Vishwanath, is a mridangam performist. Nandini studied vocal music first under her grandmother, Rajam Venkatanarayan, and later with Sri Balaji Shankar. Her violin tutelage was under the legend Lagudi Srimati Brahmanandam. In both forms of art, she has won several accolades. She has performed more than 150 concerts in noteworthy forms. Dwarita Ramesh is a senior at Granby Memorial High School and has been learning Carnatic music with a deep interest since she was 7 years old. Dwarita has been learning Bharatanatyam for approximately 4 years. Outside of the arts, she is the team lead of our school's robotics team and is involved with other team leads and is involved with very similar extracurriculars. Dwarita plans to study engineering while continuing to pursue her passions of music and dance. Thank you, and please welcome them onto the stage.
career. Now, we would like to present Ramesh, Vijay Srinivasachari, Nandi Vishwanath with a plaque. $3,000 today, and in all we raised $14,400. So just thank you for your generous donations. And now I would like to welcome the members of the Power of Peace Special Project Team onto the stage, who will provide details about how we spread the awareness of Power of Peace.
Hello everyone, my name is Ankit Nangavandi, and I am part of the Special Projects team. I'm currently a junior at Rock Hill High School. In addition to the pop group goals, Special Projects team has some goals of our own, such as increasing awareness and gaining community support. We do this by participating in local community projects, speaking to others about our cause, and raising money to help support our beneficiaries. I wanted to share a special moment where a young kid who lives in my neighborhood had been inspired by the good work of the pop group and decided to donate all of his birthday money to the group. We were given an opportunity to say a few words about the pop group during the Indian Independence Day celebration at the Capitol building on August 10th. We were able to spread awareness by talking to the audience about our goals, our group, and about the projects that we undertake. We were also able to go to the audience and pass out flyers. Every year, the Telugu Association of Connecticut supports the group by allowing us to put a stall during their event. This year, we raised over $200 by selling various snacks and drinks. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Arvind Thirumala and I'm a freshman attending South Windsor High School. I am here to talk to you about our participation in the Aim for Seva event held on September 7th. Aim for Seva is an organization that has a primary focus of giving children in rural areas education and healthcare in India. Their goals are aligned with some of the same goals as Pop Group. At their event, we were able to spread awareness about Pop Group and about today's event. Additionally, we sold dinner boxes to the guests and raised around $600. Another project we undertook was to set up donation boxes in local grocery stores. We did this to spread our message and collect small donations from customers as they shop. Instead of buying the boxes, we constructed them ourselves with inexpensive material. We plan to build more boxes in the future and place them in many stores. Please look out for them and drop any extra change as you shop. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Akil Manasani and I'm an 8th grader attending Timothy Edwards Middle School. For the past 6 years, we have been truly grateful to set up a stall at the Milan Annual India Festival. We won on the September 15th at Bushnell Park this year. A couple of our pop members helped sell food, water, and soft drinks to raise some donations. We also collected contact information from people who want to make a change like us. All in all, we raised around $130. We are satisfied with this amount, but we want to strive for more for next year. As a special projects team, one of our main goals is to inspire others. While we're going to some of our events, we want to spread our message by organizing these stalls and broadcasting missions. This resembles our quote, "For the kids, by the kids." We believe that young adults around the world will succeed in helping the underprivileged. Thank you all for your gracious donations and coming to our event. If you want to see more from us, then you can come to the events listed in the PowerPoint. Thank you.
Thank you, Special Projects team. Now, I would welcome onto the stage members of the Power of Peace volunteer team, who will provide details on the volunteering activities we did this year.
Hello,
My name is Ritika Kumbum, and I am a part of the Power of Peace volunteering group. So for the volunteering group, we help get volunteering opportunities for the kids of POP with the help of adult mentors. So something that we have done is that we have volunteered at the Shramadana temple. We weeded out the rocks, planted some flowers, and fertilized plants. And recently I volunteered for the North-South Foundation, also known as NSF. NSF is a nonprofit organization whose main goal is to raise funds by holding educational competitions. A couple of the Power of Peace group kids help by directing people to their assigned test rooms, grading papers, and judging competitions. It was a lot of fun, and I felt responsible after getting the work done. And I also felt confident that I could do more things like this in the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Hasni Ganda and I'm a 7th grader at Timothy Edwards Middle School in South Windsor, Connecticut. This year, one of the volunteering events organized was helping out at Stop and Shop. There were a total of 10 kids from Power of Peace who came and participated. We handed out flyers to spread awareness about the South Windsor Food and Fuel Bank, and the goal was to ask people if they could donate food or spare change that they had. Collected donations were sorted into different boxes like hygiene, toiletries, snacks, and etc. We helped collect enough food to fill up 2 trucks, and I think the response went well because in addition to all the food we helped collect, we also helped raise around $1,900 as well. At the end of the day, I felt happy because food we helped collect went to people who needed them, and I felt like we made an impact even if it wasn't life-changing. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Preetham Gandra and I'm a freshman at Farmington High School. As said before, we had a food drive at Stop and Shop. It was a really great experience working with other Power of Peace members and collecting money and food for people in need. South Windsor Food and Fuel Bank, the Middletown Temple, and NSF were really happy with our work. So far, we've had these 3 opportunities and we continue to look for more. On behalf of our volunteer group, we sincerely appreciate everyone for coming out and supporting us. Thank you.
Now, I would like to welcome the boot camp team, who will provide details on our boot camp activities that we did this year.
Hello everyone, my name is Gautam Parmati and I'm a senior attending Glastonbury High School, and this year I was part of the boot camp team. We have always felt as a group that no one is perfect and that we can continue to grow as individuals to better serve our community. We ask and determine what we fail and excel at and learn from our peers to grow. We conduct meetings to show valuable information that can be passed down to future generations so that they can be better leaders. To accomplish our goals, we have executed and will continue to perform workshops and meetings. How can we become better people? Work together as a team and be true leaders are key components that we try to instill. Be it trying to improve public speaking or plan for college, we address these goals in our boot camps and communicate with each other to make our organization greater. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shivani Arapalli and I am a sophomore attending South Windsor High School. During our boot camp event, we completed some team building exercises, including capture the flag and the balloon game, where everyone had to blow a balloon and whosever balloon was the last to be popped won the game. This game was to show that if the team had worked together and not popped each other's balloons, then everyone would have been a winner. Through these tasks, we learned communication skills, how to show respect and value for others, and trust. Along with these team-building exercises, we also learned more about college applications and how to prepare for our future. We had an hour-long FaceTime with Mr. Venkat Gade, who is a college admission counselor. He explained to us more about how to increase your challenging classes and time management skills, along with extracurriculars that will be beneficial, and he also taught us how to stick out in our applications. We would like to thank Mr. Venkat Gade for his time.
Hello everyone, my name is Shrikar Patti and I'm a sophomore attending East Granby High School. My team members and I had hosted a boot camp meeting a few months back where we addressed our most common weaknesses and took steps to work on them. But first, we explained to all our existing and new members what Power of Peace is by introducing our motto, for the kids and by the kids, and our main goals, eradicating hunger, providing better living conditions, and enabling kids to succeed in the future. We also went over our year-round activities like volunteering, boot camp meetings, spreading awareness in our communities, and about organizing our annual events. We had group discussions on over how to think quick on our feet in unexpected situations and our presentation skills. Generally, during boot camp meetings, we practiced improving upon our communication skills, including how to approach people and introduce the community to Power of Peace. Lastly, we covered on who we donate to and how much we raised in the past years. Thank you.
During the end of our presentation, we quizzed our members through a platform called Kahoot. We needed to make sure that everyone understood the material that we presented. Kahoot is an interactive platform where kids can be quizzed along with a sense of competitiveness between them. We made sure that they understood the values and the purpose of POP. We saw that our new members and old members placed among the top ranks in this quiz. In that same boot camp, we also polled our members on what career options they were looking towards in the future. In our next boot camp, we plan to talk about these career options: biomedical engineering, actuarial sciences, finance, law, and computer science, as these were the top results in our poll. We plan to have professionals come over and talk about these professions and explain what they entail. Last but not least, we would like to thank all of our gracious sponsors and donors on behalf of our boot camp team. Thank you.
Now, I would like to welcome Mrs. Sajjana to perform a Kuchipudi piece called Jawi, which is an eminent part of the Kuchipudi repertoire, where the dancer explores the nuances of abhinaya, or facial expressions.
అడ్డము బల్గడే
చెడియలను కనుల చూడడే ఏ చెడియలను కనుల చూడడే చెడియలను
Now, I would like to call Shivani to talk about our guest speaker, Senator Saud Anwar.
I would now like to take the time to welcome Mr. Saud Anwar. Mr. Anwar was elected as a state senator for Connecticut in February and currently represents the towns of East Hartford, Ellington, South Windsor, and East Windsor. He was elected to public office in 2011 as a member of South Windsor Town Council and has served two terms of being South Windsor's mayor. He is also a medical doctor who graduated from Yale with specializations in treating lung diseases and critical medicine with occupational and environmental medicine. He serves as chair of the Department of Internal Medicine at Manchester Memorial and Rockville General Hospital. He has organized medical missions for disaster relief and received citations from former Governor Jody Rell and United States Senator Richard Blumenthal. He is also a big part of South Windsor's Hunger Action Team and Zero Waste South Windsor, plus South Windsor Alliance for Progress. He has served on peace missions to Israel and the Middle East, as well as medical missions to Haiti and Pakistan after natural disasters in those countries. He has spoken at conferences for Friends of Europe, served as a consultant for the British Department of Communities and local government. He was also the chief coordinator for the Conference on Understanding Radicalization and De-Radicalization Strategies, which was broadcasted live throughout the world. Power of Peace is very fortunate to have him present to us. Please welcome Mr. Saud Anwar.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste. How are you guys doing? Excellent. Thank you so much, Shivani, for your kind introduction, and thank you, Sridhar Bhai, for having me over here. It's such a blessing to see some of the young people and the work that they're doing. I just want to start by saying shabash. I'm truly proud of you. You are our inspiration because, when you become a parent, and this is more for the adults in the room, when you become a parent, you see your children in every child. And when I see the young, and one of my inspirations to give back is that we want to leave this world a better place for the next generation. We have to do our share to make sure that the next generation has more and better opportunities. And then we have to make sure they don't take it for granted, but we don't take it for granted either. And then I know that's part of the inspiration for a number of parents when you are staying and living in another part of the world where you were not originally living at. You want to give the opportunities to your children. And that's one of the inspirations that we have to give back to the community. And how do you become a part of that community? How do you become a part where there's a majority and you become a minority? Well, one way I would say is that you take the prism off that you're a minority. Because you are a human, you're no different than any other human. Now, they may or others may classify you differently, but you define who you are. And then when you define who you are, then you don't worry about how anybody else looks at you. And in our definition, we start to look at what difference can we make. When we talk about peace, you understand the peace, but the peace also goes from within and moves outwards to all of our surroundings and places. One of during this last session, in the middle of the session, I stood up when I had my turn and I spoke about something. And what I said was that I said, in my next life, I want to be able to make a medicine which is going to have an opportunity for people to have empathy. And then the reason I said that was because I got upset as one of the senators was referring to the minorities in a manner which was painful for me to hear. And to me, it was that how can we allow somebody not to have respect and understanding of how another community may feel. And then his remarks were about the African American community. And to me, it was like, I want you to have the capacity of walk in the feet of someone else. How does a person who is in a minority and different kind of minorities feel? How can you feel the hurt of a child away from their parents? How do you feel the hurt of a child who's separated at our borders? Because if we don't start to experience in our hearts and our minds of the pain of the other, we have work to do. And this is a constant battle for all of us. So I try and learn about the experiences of others as much as I can, and I pray, and that's all faith and all groups have this need to start to feel the pain of others so you can do more. I'll tell you one story. Recently I went to the refugee camps because there was, in my lifetime, in our lifetime, whenever there's a genocide or we have to stand up, and whenever anybody is being persecuted, wherever you have to stand up and do what you can, even if it's very little, even if in your heart you say it's not good. So as a physician, I felt it was important to go because in our lifetime we have a genocide that happened with the Rohingya refugees. And these refugees were in part of Bangladesh. And I went over there because I can work as a physician. And I went, me and my wife were working in a camp. And we saw this young girl. And this young girl was not well. She was looking very weak. And I obviously took care of her. I checked her blood pressure. Blood pressure was very low, heart rate was very high. And we were talking about what could be wrong with her at this time. She has an infection. I could not see a sign of an infection. I do not have the luxuries of doing blood tests and then urine tests and so on. And as I was assessing her, I said, maybe there's an infection that she has somewhere in her body. And this girl was appearing more and more pale. And then I asked her a few questions through an interpreter. I said, when did you eat last? And she had not eaten for a day. I said, when was the last time you had a glass of water or drank something? And then she had not been able to drink for 3 days because she didn't have the water to drink. And this girl was dehydrated. And then all we had to do was give her something to eat and give her some water. And something that we take for granted. We are taking long showers. We are actually drinking water and then leave half the cup on the side. And as I saw that, and we gave her water and we watched her because I was seeing other patients, and 2-3 hours later, she had a smile on her face. All this girl needed was food and water. And when I came back from there, I had to go to a wedding. And it was one of my patient's daughter's wedding, and I'm sitting in the front, and they bring me water, and I drink the water, and I start to cry. And everybody starts to look at me like, what's wrong with this guy? I mean, we call this doctor, he's a nice guy, and then look, it's a happy moment, and he's crying. There are people suffering in the world. They don't have water, they don't have food. There are people in our communities. We just have to experience that. And that's what is necessary. If we don't have the pain for others, then we might as well be a piece of furniture. Because the furniture doesn't have pain for anything else, but if we are humans, then we have to live as humans. I am just thankful to you guys for what you're trying to do. You want to try to help others and you want to fight hunger. I started to live on very little food, $4.34 worth of food, because that's what the SNAP food is and the federal government. And on $4.34 you cannot survive. And if you have children, you're going to give your $4.34 of meal to somebody else. Because the reality is that you don't want your children hungry. But now the federal government is saying that they're going to take 30% of that budget away. There will be people who will die in our communities because of lack of food. In the United States, in the richest country in the world, with some of the biggest companies in the planet, are going to have citizens in our neighborhoods who will be able to not have enough food and water. Just let that sink in. These are from policies and our lack of empathy and lack of understanding of communities around us. And if we can do this, and then what you're doing with this power of peace is you're instilling these values in the children. And once you instill these values in the children, you can be sure that the next generation will be better than us, and they will fight for that. So, again, shabash to the parents as well who are doing this work. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your inspiring words. We request that all Power of Peace members come up to the stage for a group picture. I would like to introduce the annual team onto the stage.
Another beneficiary the Power of Peace group supports is the Hole in the Wall Day Camp. The camp was founded in 1988 by Paul Newman and is located in Ashford, Connecticut. The camp serves terminally ill children and their families an opportunity to have a fun camp experience, something that would otherwise be unavailable to them. We are extremely grateful for the Hole in the Wall Game Camp, as it provides children who suffer terrible diseases and conditions an opportunity to enjoy life a normal kid would. In 2018, the Power of Peace group was able to donate $9,000, and since 2013, we have donated $26,000 to the Hole in the Wall Game Camp. This has funded a camp experience for 10 terminally ill children, along with other activities for the camp. With the generous donations we received throughout 2018, the Power of Peace group was able to donate $1,000 towards Aim for Seva in Hartford, Connecticut. This organization provides education and access to healthcare for the rural children of India. We thank this organization for the work that they do.
Hello everyone, my name is Abhinav Bachu and I'm currently a junior attending South Windsor High School. Last year, 3 of our beneficiaries were the Southington, Glastonbury, and South Windsor food pantries. In total, we have donated $5,000 to all 3 of them. These beneficiaries directly connect to our goal of eradicating hunger, and we hope to support these organizations for many more years to come. This is the journey of the Power of Peace group since 2013. We have collected over $150,000 in total. Last year, we were able to collect over $42,900, which was the highest amount collected by us so far. This year, our goal is to pass our previous amount collected last year, and with your generous support and contributions, I hope we will exceed this year's goal, which will allow us to support POP's cause of eradicating hunger, provide better living conditions, and enable kids to succeed in the future. To simplify our operations, we have grouped the Power of Peace members into 4 teams. These are the 4 teams which perform specific functions throughout the year to bring awareness about our group and its goal. The volunteering team finds opportunities for the Power of Peace members to volunteer in order to help and give back to a community. The Special Projects team is in charge of spreading awareness of our group to others by organizing stalls and events organized by TACT and Milan. The Boot Camp team develops important life lessons for the Power of Peace members, such as teamwork and communication. Finally, the Summer and Winter team organizes events, like the one you are in right now, to spread awareness and gain funds for our group. This is the structure of the Power of Peace organization. Every member has gone through this process. Volunteers have to have volunteered in at least 2 events to have been considered a member. If they would like to continue, volunteers can then become members. Members coordinate tasks and communicate within the Power of Peace group. After that, members become group leaders. Group leaders assign tasks to members, communicate outside of the Power of Peace group, and are in charge of organizing specific parts of this event, such as logistics or stage decoration. Finally, once you graduate high school, group leaders become alumni members, with whom we will have 8 at the end of today. Thank you.
I will introduce all the alumni members.
Hello, my name is Ashani Nagamole. I am an 8th grader attending East Grammy Middle School. I will be talking about the 2 alumni students. Neha Janakota and Gautam Padmati have made a large contribution to Pop Group, and we thank them for that. Neha was also one of the founders of Power of Peace. Not only are they graduating from Power of Peace, they are also graduating from high school. Now I will be calling them up to say a few words.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Well, I know I look pretty stupid in that picture, don't I? You know what's funny? I actually, 1 week before this, I had a full, semi-teenage beard after this, and my dad didn't like it, so he told me to shave it. I didn't want to, but he told me I looked like a bear, so. What a feeling, you know? It's been a journey after being about 5 years in this amazing group. I joined Power of Peace in 2015, but I actually went to the first event in 2013, and that was the first year I began to see what an amazing feat that my close friends had accomplished. I was there looking and experiencing what amazing qualities and leadership that my friends had. I always thought there's no way I would join it. Then, Lord and behold, there I am next 2 years from that time, and there I am at Power of Peace. Whoops. You know, in life, we don't really like change, you know? We always expect things to just come at us while we're just laying down in the bedroom, not doing anything. We like to be lazy. We don't like to have any new things come on us. And when I visited India 4 years ago, it was probably one of the most humbling moments in my life. So my grandparents live in Wanapart. It's about 2.5 hours away from Hyderabad, and it's this local orphanage. My grandfather knows the person well, and I think that's the first time I really got a feeling of what actually, not everything is like life back home in Glastonbury, Connecticut. I saw everything. I felt what food actually was like there. Poor conditions, housing, limited education. But I think what was most important is that they were all smiling, you know. Most important thing is family. And that's what keeps them going. That's what keeps them striving. It's what keeps them wanting to do more in life. And I think that's the first time in my mind I am like, this is the time that I have to become more mature and grow as a person as a whole. And over these 4 years, Power of Peace has been an important part of my life. I don't think I could have talked in front of my parents 4 years ago because, one, they're pretty intimidating. Especially Dad. Raise your hand. Where are you? There you are, Dad. You know, Power has been so much, and I think what's important is that parents, they really do so much for us. They always push us to become the best we can, and there's still this times just like, Dad, just stop it, please. You're annoying me, come on. 17, can you stop it now? Just like, no, come on, you have to do it. But, you know, that's how life works. You always try to keep pushing, try to become better at everything you do. Before I go, I just want to thank everyone that has become an important part of my life. All my teammates and close friends that have always kept me going, kept me pushing. What's important, just know that just go out there and win it. I'm gonna forget, but to all the aunties and uncles who have helped me through this process, Your guidance has not been forgotten. To my parents, whose love and support will always continue me towards the future. And obviously to all of you here, where none of this would be possible without them. Before I go, I just want to end by saying, there's this quote that my dad made me put in my room actually. I think my sophomore year of high school. Never understood it, but I think as the years have gone by, it's actually been a key part of my life. And it's obviously, everyone knows this person, it's obviously from Gandhi himself, but he's always said that the best way to lose yourself is through the service of others. I've learned that we don't have to stop here. Power of Peace has shown us that we are capable of accomplishing our goals, and when we commit ourselves fully to them. I hope that everybody today remembers that nothing is impossible, and that we can achieve anything when we put our minds to it. As we all continue on in our lives, let us take each new problem on with confidence, knowing that we have achieved something great, and knowing that our heights and equipment are used through the necessary tools to overcome obstacles and tackle our futures. Thank you so much, guys.
Curiosity is what drives us. It is what causes the world to innovate, create, and design. But curiosity is only the first step in the process to make a difference in the world. We shouldn't just be thinking about how to change the world, we must act upon it. One of the biggest things that restricted us at the beginning were the words that we can't change the world because we're too young. We can't change the world because we aren't rich enough. We can't. 7 years ago, we decided to change that ordeal. Good evening, everyone. I am Neha Janakota, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Power of Peace. Back at the beginning, when we founded our group, we were all kids, ranging from 5th to 8th grade, who all agreed on one thing: we wanted to change the world. Skip to today, and we've been able to grow from an organization of a mere 6 members to now one of 29. We've been able to enact change in our world in a variety of ways, which have just been outlined to you by my fellow members, and I'm so proud to be a part of this journey from the beginning. I remember way back in early 2013 when we were first trying to start our organization. We didn't even know what we wanted to do. Were we going to start with some type of lemonade stand? Were we just going to meet with some local businesses? Starting an organization from scratch isn't easy, and it required a lot of work, but we were able to do it. Thanks to the help of my uncle Mother Reddy, who supported us from the beginning and always gave us a variety of fundraising ideas, and our founder mothers, Kameshwari Auntie, Arun Auntie, Preeti Auntie, Madhavi Auntie, and my own mother. Without all of them, this would not have been possible, so could we give them a round of applause, please? Beginning as a group of 6, decision-making was pretty simple. We thought of ideas like talent shows, dinners, field days, something our local community could take part in. New to fundraising, we started small. We hosted talent shows at the new hall in the Sajjana temple. But now, through many different brainstorming efforts, pooling our collective talents, we now organize these large-scale fundraising dinners every September. As you can see, these dinners are hosted for crowds of around 200 people, which is honestly a lot for a group of 12 to 18-year-olds to pull off. From booking a hall to coordinating with local dance groups, we've been personally able to gain these necessary skills that will enable us to succeed in the future. For me, volunteering is honestly the most rewarding pastime one can take part in. My personal experience volunteering with the Power of Peace has made me realize that whatever I can do can help someone else. My own time goes to benefit someone else instead of being wasted by doing nothing. Through volunteering, I've learned how to lead and how to hold my ground. Being a co-founder means that I have to have confidence in myself and what I have to say. There have been times where I've been down and no one agrees with me, but I remember the smiling faces who use our computer labs or the lockers that we've installed. And that made me want to continue the choice that I've made. But the greatest moment in my Power of Peace journey was when other kids wanted to be part of the group. From asking when they can start volunteering in 2013, to eventually becoming members in 2016, many of them now in 2019 are my fellow group leaders. It's amazing to see the growth of our members and our group, and it makes me so proud of them. I see them hosting bake sales at their high schools, starting penny drives at their middle schools, and as a result, oh, I'm sorry, I missed something, and as a result, they've been winning and been nominated for these local, state, and national prestigious awards. Power of Peace members have been able to do it all and have succeeded every single time. We've been through a lot as a group. It's been 7 years, but we've done it. The end result always helped someone else, whether they were in India or a very own next door neighbor. You may be wondering whether you want to give up you and your family's time, but you should know that there's always a reward. It won't be monetary, and it will take time to see results. But in my case, you'll be able to remember the beautiful smiling children that you've helped, and you'll be able to build these long-lasting relationships that you've made along the way. So thank you everyone for supporting us on this long journey, and I hope to see events being hosted by Power of Peace in the future. I'll make sure to visit in the future, so don't slack off. So good luck to all the current and future members, and I wish you all the best. And thank you for helping our cause and mission. It's bittersweet to become an alumni member, but I'm excited to see what the future entails. Thank you everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
Ritvika and Preetham are freshmen who attend Farmington High School. Naveen is a sophomore who attends Weathersfield High School. And Akshaj is a 7th grader who attends Timothy Edwards Middle School. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you, and we look forward to your support for Power of Peace.
Now I would like to invite Neha to introduce our next chief guest, Mr. Madhu Reddy Garu.
Mr. Madhuredi came to the United States over 30 years ago. Before becoming a realtor, as we all know of him today, he was a professor and computer specialist at Eastern Connecticut State University. He now works in Ellington for his own brokerage, Reddy Realty. He was in the Chairman's Elite Club and was the #1 realtor while he was working at the Glastonbury Ravis office. He sponsors many organizations like Aim for Seva, the Indian Music and Dance program at Wesleyan University, and an orphanage in his village. He is on the board of trustees for the Telugu Association of Connecticut and was once the treasurer for the Satyanarayana Temple. We thank Mr. Madhuredi for his continuing support and especially for attending our event for the last 7 years. Always remember, he'll stand on his head to provide you with expert service. Now we would like to invite Mr. Reddy onto the stage and say a few words.
Thank you, Neha, for a kind introduction. Pop group has become an annual pilgrimage for me. I'm so unbelievable that you've grown from 6 or 7 members to more than 29, 30 members now. I'm really excited to see this progress. I think we like to continue this annual fundraising event, but I see less people this time than before. Maybe we have to think about why it's happening like this. And only thing I like to say, very good job for all the parents and the POP volunteers. And Neha and Gautam are graduating now. So congratulations and starting a new life. And the rest of us stuck here, they're all gone their own ways. So congratulations for everyone, and thank you for making me part of your organization. And good luck, and have a rest of the day.
Giving an award for Neha, all of our services.
I would now like to invite the representative of the Sai Temple to please come onto the stage.
Yeah, we'd like to just, as our temple always supports the teams around who support their communities and services, and we'd like to present as usual every year we support this pop group, and we'd like to present a check to the team, worth of $500. Every year we do donate for the pop. Thanks for all coming over here, and just apart from the pop group thing, great thing guys, what you are doing from our temple. We respect your things, what you are doing for the communities in and around the world. Thank you all.
I would now like to invite Dhanush to come onto the stage. Dhanush has been a long-time volunteer at the Power of Peace group, and we would like to thank him for what he's done for us.
Our next event for the day is a dance performance. Sri Krishna Leelamritam. It is a Kuchipudi dance that depicts the many facets of Lord Krishna's life. I request the Laya Vinyasa team to come onto the stage.
water is empty again. I caught your Krishna, his mouth smeared with the butter. Yet he denies stealing it.
My cows won't give milk anymore until they hear his flute, Yashoda. All they do is shake their heads and moo. What spell has your little one cast on them?
My Krishna? Never. How can you say that?
She doted on this dark child of hers and could not bear to hear these things said about him.
Jump back, jump back, jump down, jump back, jump down, jump back, jump down, Nam tak nam tam tarikita tagati tam tarikita tagata tam tarikita tagati tam tarikita tagata tam tarikita tagati tam tarikita tagati tarikita tagatum tarikita taganam tarikita tagatakita rikita nam kita nam kita ta.
Krishna dived into the water from the top of the tree. Kalia immediately swam towards Krishna, spreading its hood. It caught hold of the little boy and coiled its entire length around him. Then, with its 5 heads, it spat its dreaded venom on him and dug its fangs deep into his arm. On the shore, Krishna's friends looked on with horror.
Kali has killed Krishna!
Wept Balarama.
Hurry! Get some help!
Soon, the entire village gathered on the river bank. But lo and behold, what a sight greeted their eyes.
That was a wonderful performance by Vinyasa School of Dance. We really appreciate their hard work and are grateful for their time at putting a wonderful performance for us today. Let's give them another round of applause. We would like to thank Mrs. Sharadan Nori Garu with a plaque.
Invite Mr. Karun Sajjana uncle to come onto the stage. He has been a long-time videographer and has covered the Power Pieces annual events, and we would like to thank him with a plaque.
Thank you very much for spending your evening with us, donating and supporting Power of Peace's group's annual event this year. Our event and organization wouldn't have been possible without the support and contributions of every single person here today. We would especially like to thank the JFK Middle School and the town of Southington for letting us use their facilities, the custodian, and the audio-video technician for supporting us relentlessly. Dinner will be now served in the cafeteria. Thank you very much for coming. We see you next year, and remember, we, Power of Peace, are for the kids, by the kids.